Were you an athlete, school teacher, or maybe worked in a corporate world? Our careers, they tend to be the way that we identify ourselves. Now, what happens when that identity is taken from you? We found ours in real estate. Now, let us help you find yours on the Free Agent Real Estate Investing Podcast, starting now.
Welcome to the Free Agent Real Estate Investing Podcast. I'm your co-host, Stratton Brown.
And I'm your other co-host, Michael Butler, man. Thank you guys for joining us again.
Season 2.
Season
2. I feel like we're in a new season of our investing careers.
Yeah.
And it gives us an excuse to say, like, yeah, bro, we've been working a lot. So, like, we're going to start just a new season.
At some point, you got to break it up, right?
You got to break it up, dude. I mean, I did the same thing with my podcast. That's where I got the idea. Because, like, bro, I'm fucking working. I haven't even had time to do this shit. But it's important.
It is important. You'll be working all the time, man. Make sure that you continue to document your journey. It's funny. I'm gonna go ahead and lead us straight into this one. I know you usually lead us, so that's the good thing. So I could kind of just come off the cuffs, right? But I seen something on Instagram the other day, or maybe yesterday, when we talk about documenting your journey and just recording it, and all those little things. And they talked about was it Cootie and some other guy with Kanye who documented his whole journey. No, it was like Cootie.
Oh, I didn't watch the Kanye documentary.
Oh, bro, you got to watch it. It's fucking awesome.
You got to watch the Batman.
Fuck Batman, bro. I don't mean to, I know there's Batman fucking lovers out there.
Bro, it's the best standalone hero movie ever.
But here's the thing. I'm not talking about some hero shit. I'm talking about this Kanye documentary. And one thing that I love documentaries. And one thing that was so awesome about this Kanye documentary is that it was authentic film. From when he first got started, and he's literally playing freaking Through the Wire, and everyone's down there at the studios as he's playing it are kind of like laughing at it because it was at a time where Jay-Z was, he was hot. It was just a different type of type of rap, right?
Exactly.
And so he's literally playing this at the record companies, and they're looking at him like he's fucking crazy. Meanwhile, like I'm sitting here watching it, like, but that shit fire. Like, you know what I mean? Like, how you not like Through the Wire, But it's legitimately like, it's almost like Max Maxwell in the beginning when he was going on appointments and he had his man Dave following and recording them. It was that for Kanye. So that's what his documentary it is. So it's just raw footage of legitimately his journey. And so Netflix paid him, and it was someone else, $30 million for the footage. So when we talk about how important these podcasts are and how big social media is in to document your journey, that's how important it is, because anyone can go and say, hey, here's my journey. This is what I've done, like what you would do at any type of like conference or speaking engagement or something like that. But to be able to have people legitimately follow you when you look like you ain't got money, right? And we know what money look like. Skin look a little bit different. You know what I mean? Like you could see the difference between someone who has something and someone who has nothing. And so to be able to watch that footage and literally be like, oh, I remember that. Oh shit, that was the first one. Oh, that's where it stemmed from. That's how they came up with these beats. Like, it was fucking awesome, dude. So, yeah.
Bro, and so on March 7th, me and Kalani listened to music until like 3 a.m. for my birthday.
Okay.
And so I went through like my entire childhood of like first listening to music all the way up until now. Like it was fascinating, like, because the music shows you so many different emotions, right? So
yeah.
How the fuck was I feeling like in 2006? Like whatever, listening to Linkin Park, right? All this other shit and going through it. But then like we were going through like Kanye shit. Bro, his albums have been absolutely fire. I was like, he really changed it up too. Like 808s and Heartbreaks.
Yeah.
And then My Beautiful Dark Fantasy.
Yeah.
2 completely different vibes.
Yeah.
I mean, I know this is a real estate podcast, but I think he's a brilliant artist and one of the best marketers in the world.
And one of the things, honestly, that really stood out to me, besides the raw footage, which to me is what was amazing, it was his mom. And it starts to break down a lot of things of just like maybe his behavior. And things like that, but it never failed that whenever he went to go meet with his mom, she was just so like insightful, like she was like the biggest fan. It was fucking awesome to watch because she would like low-key gas him up, and she had said something in the documentary that really stood out to me, and I don't want to mess it up or anything like that, but it was along the lines of he can come off sometimes as arrogant. Even though she knew that she wasn't, and she really just wanted to remind him to just remember to always stay humble, but never belittle yourself in a way. And she said, the world may see you. They said it was something like even a giant stares in the mirror and looks small, or something like that. But it was deep on how she said it, and it was just like no matter how big you get, like when you look in the mirror, you got to just always still be yourself. Don't remember, like, not to forget kind of where you come from, but don't. It's like you still grow. Just don't ever forget like the root to it all. So
Yeah.
never look in the mirror as a giant
The gap in
and
the
see
gate.
a giant. You know what I mean? Like always see
Yeah.
yourself as, someone smaller, even though you are a giant in the mirror in a way.
I talked about that for my post yesterday for my birthday,
Mhm.
of just having like perspective.
Yeah.
Like, wow, yeah, we have like come pretty far. But then like still you can see everything else that you're exposed to.
Mhm.
Like, wow, like we got a long way to go. Like we haven't even like it feels like we came really, really far. But like we really came like this far in the grand scheme of things. But it's felt so much in
Yeah.
the grand scheme of things, bro. Like we're going outside of the fucking city.
That's kind of what your meetup had felt like for me, because it had been a while since I've been to a meetup. I didn't really realize it how long it had been since I really stepped out like that. But I knew it was something that I had to go to because it was 3 people I respected tremendously, and so I didn't realize just the growth on, I guess maybe it'd be social media, whatever that may be, but at the end of the night, I realized like I went with the idea of being able to catch up with certain people that I haven't been able to see in a long time. And it was, I don't want to say interrupted, but there was so many other conversations from people who have listened to our podcast, who have, engaged with me on social media, who I haven't been able to personally meet, come up to me and just thank me and, all these things. It was so many of those things that took place that I never really was able to accomplish what I had sought out to do. And I think when I sat back at home and I kind of reflected on it, I was like, man, that was crazy. Like, I felt like I didn't even really get much done, or kind of what I wanted to get done.
Mm-hmm.
But it was, kind of like receiving flowers to be able to go there and actually be able to see the people that you impact every day.
Right, you actually get to see the fruit of like all the work you're putting in, and like, are you actually getting a reach on it?
Yeah.
Right, because like you're just like there's all these metrics and stuff, and then you go like, hey, I love your podcast, hey this, hey that, like that.
And you act surprised too. I'm like, oh shit, you do? Oh, you know what I mean? Because that's
every
just
time. Like I got a voicemail the other day of like a dude who I do not remember talking to, and he was like, bro, thank you so much for the advice. You changed my life. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm doing that. All thanks because that conversation we had. I was like,
yeah,
bro, like, I love that shit.
It's so awesome, bro, and it's so hard to receive the flowers of that because like we do it just purely out of a giving perspective in a way that when we created this podcast in a way of just allowing people insight into our everyday type conversations. And sometimes that may be to a fault because sometimes we don't talk as much because we do the podcast.
Yeah.
And we want to have content to talk about. But it is dope to have those conversations with a friend, be able to put it out there, hoping that someone finds value in it. And it's no metric to that. It's no metric saying, hey, you talk about this on the podcast, I guess it is. You can track if it's viewed a lot, but we don't know coming in necessarily what we're going to talk about. We don't know what part of a podcast that someone's going to find entertaining or someone's going to pull value from. So only how we know is when people reach out to us and tell us thank you about something, or they comment on something, or they engage with us about it. Is only how we really know if it was valuable to anybody.
The ADU guy wants to come on this podcast.
I know. How awesome was that?
That was dope. But he's legit professional. Making a video like that, I was like, bro, you're.
Oh yeah.
You're a fucking guy. But we're hashing out everything probably today.
Okay.
And then we'll get the next one. I think the next one we're just gonna probably like rent out a brewery.
Okay.
And then just have everybody come.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna do it like that.
Yeah, we're gonna do like a big social one. Like no big speakers.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe me, Dean, and Jason get up. Dean's probably gonna blindside us with another presentation. We'll get up, like introduce the sponsors, like it's really about my man Dino hits some arm pump, talks about, hey, this is what we do, this is our program. It's like, yo, I was prepared for that. One thing that I'm going to work on more is Jason is one of the best communicators I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, 100%, bro. 100%. Everything feels so calculated.
Everything,
even though it's not.
It's not, but like he's a really good communicator. And I was
Yeah.
talking to Kalani. I was like, bro, Jason said something and the room clapped. And that wasn't one of the first times
No.
I've like been on a stage with someone and then like you feel that. And I was like, well, yeah. I mean, that's my answer. But then she's like, Stratton, you just said you want to be fucking rich. Like, what is the reasoning behind it and like everything behind it? Because like for me, when you were talking about failure and like people ask me about dealing with failure, I'm like, bro, like we're past that shit. Like if you're in the game, you're in the game. We just got to keep going. Like, because I see failure as like a metric to success.
Yeah.
I was like, if I got to declare PK because I took too big of a risk, I declared failure. I did, but then like, do I die?
Yeah. But you then at that point, that's really where it becomes your audience. Who's your audience when you're talking about what's your biggest failure or what's your biggest fear? Because
They were
us,
asking about how do you get past the
how do you
fear
get
of
past
failure?
it, right? If you're talking to me or we're talking to Jason about how you get past failure, like, well, that's not a question that we're really going to ask each other because we kind of know, like, kind of not flinch and just keep going, right? But when we're talking to people just, looking to take that next step and they're afraid of taking that step based off of fear and the thought of failure, the answer can't be, well, I just want to be fucking rich.
Well, I mean, you got to, for me, truly, like, bro,
they don't understand that though. They're like, fuck, I'm just trying to take my first step.
No, so there's two things. Like, why do you get up in the morning?
Yeah.
And then how do you overcome failure? And then they're like, what's your why? I was like, okay, I want everyone around me to be successful. And like, still, I just want to be rich. Like I want to, but then she's like, well, Strat, what's all the things you want that come with being rich, and elaborate that and tell them about how
what makes
shitty
being
it was.
rich.
Yeah. And like how shit it was being broke when you had to do all this other shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then why being rich means so much because all the options it provides you.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, yeah, I guess so.
That makes sense. Like
that makes sense.
Zeno outside jumping in your rain boots and in puddles and shit, right?
Right in the middle of the
that
day.
can be rich to somebody because some people are at work at that time. So
That
that's
is weird.
rich. It has nothing to do with money in essence, but money is what allows that moment to take place.
That where were we? We were in New Orleans looking at that storage facility.
Yeah, with that shitty ass phone, bro. Don't ever post no content with no shitty phone like that.
I know. I just won't put Instagram on that phone, so I sent it to myself.
That was so
Apple does
horrible.
that shit on purpose.
That was so fucking horrible. You posted that, I'm like, bro, I can't let my friend go out like this, bro. You posted it to your story.
Right, that was
too,
the only
you know?
thing. That's the only thing I had on Mardi Gras. But like, take it back to fucking New Orleans. We were
my eyes hurt just thinking about it, bro.
We were going, and then like, for whatever reason, it was like a Thursday, and like someone said like, "Oh yeah, I got to go to work," and I was like, "Oh yeah, some people got to go to work." Like in the middle of the day, and I was like, it just blew me away because like I was in New Orleans at Mardi Gras, and like I'm still working, like I'm taking phone calls as we're going and everything else, but like, did I have to be somewhere? No, and I was like, wow, this is really cool.
Does it piss you off when people say, "Oh fuck, I got work tomorrow"? Do you ever catch yourself getting upset, like because you want to hang out with somebody and they be like, "Oh, I got to go to work," and you're like, "Fuck," you feel almost like disrespected that they told you they got to go to work.
We've talked about this, like why like I have the friends I have now. Like, number one, the spending habits.
Yeah.
And then number two is time.
Yeah.
Right. Like, yeah, well, I can go golf at like this time. Like, well, I got to do it after like 5. Like, what?
Yeah.
After 5. What do you mean?
I mean, I'm a little bit more lenient because I love my friends. My friends are still working.
But then all my friends, my close friends are in Salt Lake, but they both are entrepreneurs.
Yeah. So
like, if we want to really fucking go do something, like I go snowboarding with my best friend whenever I go home, and we'll just go on a day.
All my best friends, or just my best friends that I have the best relationships with, they still work. Incredible jobs, they still work, but they're incredible people. You know what I mean? So I kind of get hit on that sometimes. Like if it's not in the real estate space, most of the closest people to me still work. So yeah,
and there's nothing wrong with it. But
no, not at all. Like I said,
it was
awesome
self-reflection of wow, we've really created like something that's special that where I can be in New Orleans at Mardi Gras just during Mardi Gras. I'm looking at a storage facility. I happen to go there. We got stranded there for fucking 4 days. It wasn't the end of the world. It sucked. But then like all those things are only capable because of the life we created.
Yeah. I seen a video of a guy who was talking about his rich friend. Everyone has that rich friend.
Oh, the fucking white guy?
Yeah, they wanted him to go out of town with him for a week. And he was like, I got work. He was like, well, how much do you make at work? He was like, if I pay you a week's worth of work that your job would have gave you, would you come with me? And he was like, fuck yeah, I'll go with you, right? And so that's how he got his friend to go with him. And I was like, well, I guess that's like the secret formula right there. Your friends ain't gotta like not work, but if you can get to a point where you can pay for your friends to go on vacation with you and make up the pay that they would lose from work, it's fucking awesome.
Well, and like with my best friends, we're semi all raised by the same guy.
Mm-hmm.
So like we were all raised between like the three of our parents.
Yeah.
So like we were that close to like inseparable from 13 moving forward. So like we'd be at one of the houses, all of them are mom and dad. Like everyone like both of their parents are mom and dad. If I fucking do something, like, hey, shut the fuck up. Whatever it is.
Take a village.
It take a village, but then like so all of them were entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of like what shaped it. You know what I'm saying? To where now BJ is handling like the family company. Albert has his own construction company, and I have my own thing. But like it really wouldn't have been possible without the way we were raised, which is fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
To where like a lot of people like don't even think about entrepreneurship. Like it's not even a thing.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, go out and get a job. But it's not ever a thing to like, oh yeah, like you can go like do your own shit. Like it doesn't matter. Everyone I grew up with was a tradesman.
They all had skill, basically.
They all had a skill, but then they all just like started their own company. You know what I'm saying?
And that's honestly like some people like I think we've had that conversation plenty of times on this podcast about school and stuff like that. And that was like my biggest thing. Like they have like Duncan Polytech, I believe, here in Fresno. A lot of schools. I think like Sanger had or Sanger does like ag. They have like auto body or whatever. A lot of high schools are starting to bring back a lot of those trades because that's where we need them. We need them, which is crazy, right? We went away from that, and honestly, that's where the fucking money's at. You know, everyone's going to school and learning, you know, history and science, none of those things. But like, where are the skills? Where are the things that, you know what? If people couldn't get hired, which right now anybody can get hired, but if people couldn't get hired, how could they go out and make money? You know, you learn how to fix on cars in school. You know what? I may not be able to get a job in law enforcement right now, but one thing I can do is I can fucking hook up some cars and make some pretty damn good money with it. You know what I mean? Like, where's the skills? To me, the skills and the trades, those are the things those are the things that make you rich. Because you can have a career, but as long as you always got a trade or a skill that you can monetize on top of having a 9-to-5 or a W-2 job, you know what I mean? You can have a pretty damn good lifestyle. You talk about a barber, right? Someone can go work 9-to-5 and then cut hair on the weekends and make some really good money.
Yeah. Yeah. That's very, very true. What else did I? Oh, bro. Jake, how dope was Batman? Ever.
Okay, they can't even hear Jake. So like now that has to get like typed, like he's gonna have to.
But we got an extra camera and an extra mic. So what we're gonna do is just put that camera and mic so I can get Jake's feedback.
Okay.
And it'll like just like Joe Rogan.
You could just throw it in there. You could like just throw in like the caption at the bottom and shit. Oh, how was Batman? Oh, Jake. ...
He said it was the best standalone superhero movie ever. I think that, and I'm geeking out with this shit, bro. The cinematography of it, amazing. The cinematography of it was amazing, and the soundtrack. Like overall, bro, Batman was in every scene. That man punches like a fucking. He's Superman. He punches like Superman.
Is this in theaters? Do they still do that anymore?
Yeah.
So it's in theaters.
We went and saw it Saturday morning.
Okay, like IMAX. Is that still a thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. They got like 5D or something now.
Bro, no. So they do have this 4DX thing. So they have two different options.
Still wear those glasses?
No.
That's what is that? That's
So I got
3D. Huh?
Let me tell you about this shitty movie theater. So they have a screen that goes from here to there. And like you can watch it like that.
It's like you're fucking in there.
But then I'm like, dude, like
you spend most of the time. Oh, he over here. Oh, he over there.
I was like, dude, that's stupid. Like, so we tried that one. That one was stupid. And then the like 4DX with like the moving chairs and the smells and the wind.
Yeah, I don't know.
The smells made me want to vomit.
Yeah, I don't know if I want the smells.
Bro, the smells were awful. So
yeah,
like I stick to IMAX.
Yeah,
I stick to IMAX.
Okay, that's crazy, man. Yeah, I ain't been in the movie theater really with like in a long time, obviously because of COVID and everything. But then like even with the kids bro, like, maybe that's the benefit of owning a business too, is that I can fucking just go at freaking
While they're at
11
school.
o'clock or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? While everybody else is in school and still feel like you might have just bought out the whole theater. Yeah, kids, I brought it for you. We bought it out. We're going to be the only ones here.
The meetup was dope though, bro. Thank you everybody most of the people who watch this are from Fresno. Thank you everyone who came. We had a great showing. And the next one's gonna be bigger. We're gonna start like running ads for these things.
Hey, they thought one of the feedbacks that I was getting is that everyone loved like the they call it the pyramid type of leadership. They said that we had here in the Central Valley. And it was like, I like how you guys like do that. Like, I don't know if it's like intentional or
what do you mean
pyramid. So like everyone who like you talk about like you and you talk about like with Jason and like people that you guys had learned from was like Alan and Matt and, like say like Mike Zuber, like, and then from there, it was like people like I look up to Jason and I get a lot of knowledge from Jason and I learned a lot from Dean and just from there, then there's so many younger guys who learn a lot from all of us. And so it's like a pyramid type structure.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I don't feel like it's like intentional in a sense of like, we're like, okay, now we got to bring up these young guns. You know what I mean? Like it ain't like that, but it all stemmed from just giving, just feel like you're just trying to create value or give value to others in your community to let them know what's possible. And you know what? We're from a community with a lot of blue collar people.
Yeah.
We got a lot of hard workers. We got a lot of people who are dedicated, who know how to work. They just don't know the right avenue sometimes to make the right vehicle to make a lot of money with that type of work ethic. And so when we give free value, they take that hard work ethic, man, and they just go and they just fucking make money. So it's like, it's not intentional, but it's funny that, we got a green V on the back of our football helmets and shit here, but that's kind of what it's like. It's like we're fucking throwing fucking fertilizer to the soil and we got just a bunch of fucking crops and those motherfuckers just grow.
Every 2 years.
Every 2 years.
No, it's like every 2 years, like, because like everybody thinks this shit happens so fast, but it doesn't. But like usually like every 2 years, and you have like another person step in and then another person stepping into another avenue.
Yeah.
Right. So like without like Alan left and then Jason kind of replaced Alan.
Yeah.
Right. And then all Alan did was just step into a completely bigger game. But then now Jason's there. And like so again, then we have Brad left.
Yeah.
Like so all those
and
people
and they really did, and that's funny that you say that. You know what I mean? Because it looked like they just disappeared off Earth. You know what I mean? And I was talking to Mike Zuber and I told him the same thing. I was like, I read a comment or something somewhere. And they was like shitting on us, talking about like, oh, you guys had this event and didn't even have the Michael Zuber there.
Mike didn't want to come.
And I told Mike, I said, where the fuck you been, Mike? I said, you know what? I said, he was right. I said, it pissed me off because he was right. I said, when's the last time your ass has been here? You know what I mean? And that's not in a bad way, because he's on a journey right now of helping other people or helping more people grow. You know what I mean? So he hasn't been necessarily here. But it's the same thing with Alan, right? He's teaching or helping like a different crowd at this point in time. Brad he still helps Jason do some of the shit that he does. It's Brad just at a higher level. Yeah. So it seems like these people aren't around, but it's just you haven't just taken that next step yet to be closer.
Well, you can't. And I was listening to Alex Hormozy, bro. And he was talking about you right now could not ask Grant Cardone anything that would be worth your time. Because you don't know the exact. When I tell people, like,
you don't know the language, he speaks a different language.
Like, you don't know the exact questions you need to ask that will make that conversation actually worth something.
Yep.
To where, like, right now, most people go and talk to Brad. Like, it's, hey, bro, you ain't gonna ask him anything that's like gonna, like, change your life.
Bro, Jason, I don't be talking to Brad. Like,
you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like, cause I know that. Like, I'm like, bro, like, I'm playing small ball compared to what he's doing right now.
But and it's not small ball.
It is small ball, bro. I'm talking about little league. This nigga's in the league. What's he gonna tell me? Hey, keep your eye on the ball.
I'm like, that's.
I'm not trying to have conversations like that if I'm in the league.
That's what it would be because like, because he has the knowledge of like whatever step you're on, to where it's business or real estate. That like he could really help you when you're there.
Yeah.
But like generally, like know who you're asking questions to.
Yeah.
And don't just go ask the biggest dude like the stupid question.
Yeah.
And then like when I posted that, dude, like, bro, don't waste my time with some fucking can I pick your brain for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
It wasn't to be a dick. I was like,
I get what you're saying.
this
yeah.
is the number one learning lesson that I've learned over time.
Like, I'm that person that you can ask those fucking dumb questions to, because I'm still available and accessible for that. I'm saying
But
it.
ask the
I'm
question.
saying that. Ask the question. Don't ask me to hold your hand, because I'm
Ask
not
the
gonna.
question.
Yes. But I am here to be able to do that, because that's the space that I'm in at this point in time. And and I believe Jason is still there for the most part. No, he's not. Because I still have to answer that question sometimes when it comes to Jason. I'm like, I'm happy that I built a relationship with him that I did at the time that I got into here, because he was still at a level where it was still like I could still ask some novice questions.
Yeah.
Now I'm not fucking bugging him on no novice questions. Like, it hurts me to even think about asking him some dumb shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, I have to be very intentional in the conversations that I have with him, knowing that what he's doing and at the volume and scale that he's doing things, I can't be asking him, hey, bro, what list are you calling? Don't even ask me what list I'm calling. Like, bro, I'm going to give you the fucking list. I don't even want to ask a question. I'll give you the list.
Just for me, I answer questions.
Yeah.
I answer all the questions. Like, we're not doing like a pick your brain thing. Like,
Yeah.
I send voice memos back. But like, yeah, I mean, ask your question. I'll fucking record myself for 30 seconds. Go do this.
Well, what bugs me is because I post the shit on Instagram, like, to engage with, those who got questions that that they want, and no one fucking asks a question. But then you want to pick my brain, and it's like, motherfucker, pick my brain when I'm asking you to pick it.
Yeah.
I'm like putting it on a platter for you and serving that shit up like Thanksgiving dinner, and nobody wants a fucking plate. But when I'm over here trying to freaking
bring value
on some other things, like, now you want to sit here and ask me those low end questions, which there's no problem with doing so. But like, you got to make sure that you're taking advantage of those opportunities.
Keep asking. Yeah, take advantage of the opportunities. My point was, bro, like, be prepared. Like, don't ever say pick your brain, because then, like, again, there's no outcome to the conversation.
Yeah.
Like, you want with everything to have intention and an outcome. Like, what are you going into this trying to learn? If you're going into it and you just like want to shoot the shit with me for 15 minutes, again, I could be getting my dick sucked, or I could be fucking making money. Right. And if, like, I can't help you if I don't know how to help you either.
Yeah.
That's a really big one. Someone would say, like, hey, yeah, but like, okay, what is the root of what you are trying to accomplish?
Hey, man, I've been looking to get into real estate, man. I'm not 100% sure if it's right for me.
I mean,
so what do you what do you need from me? Right, it sounds like you got to do some self-discovery.
Right, right there, I'm like, hey, bro, if you feel like it's not sure for you, you need to have an honest conversation with yourself. And I'd be like, why do you think it's not for you? And then if they tell me some bullshit, I'm like, bro, go fucking. I tell everybody, commit to this shit for a year.
Yeah.
Commit to getting your face kicked in for a year. If you can't do that, then you ain't it.
Sheesh.
I mean, if you go into that with that type of perspective,
when
you approach this, then you're not going to feel burnt out.
Yeah.
And if you actually commit to doing these actions for a year, are you going to make more money? Yes. Even if you don't make any more money, did you extremely increase like your level of discipline and business acumen and communication skills?
For sure.
Yes. So apply that. If you're new, commit to it for a year. If you can't make it happen within a year, then maybe it's not for you. But if you think it's not for you, then it's probably not for you.
It's probably not.
Because then you have a loser's mentality.
Sheesh. We got some buttons right here where we could push like little siren. Fire.
But I have something else. Oh, well, so who do you feel like you can reach up to?
Everybody. Except for Mondo, Brad. Yeah.
It's weird. So I've first experienced this with like Josh Snow. So I could ask him like a couple questions.
Well, hold on. Let me like clarify like who I can't reach out to. Like, I know I can.
But
like
that
line of communication is
you
there.
don't even have the.
Yeah, I don't feel like what I have. Like, I don't feel like I know at the point in time what I would need to ask them.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? That I would actually be able to go out and implement, or that I should be implementing, because I'm still trying to master something else.
Yeah.
So anything that I reach out to them would really just be for, I just want to know, not implement, because I know I shouldn't be implementing anything other than what I'm trying to master at this point in time.
Yeah. I just want to know. I guess there are some I just want to know questions. But then that's why I started a podcast.
What's
Like,
up?
I started a podcast for all those I just want to know questions.
Yeah,
Like if you guys really want to get access to people, start a podcast.
that's true. I mean, I got a podcast. I just ain't got no content for it.
I mean, get on there, talk shit, and then reach out to people on IG. I reach out to people on IG. Do you want to come on?
I'm gonna get better at it. I just kick it around. I don't want to be inconsistent. I want to make sure that I'm consistent with what I'm doing. I don't want to send mixed messages. I want to be very intentional with what I'm doing. And so yeah, just trying to figure those little things out.
Well, yeah. Okay. Respect people's time. What else we're moving on to? We're gonna cut out this little dry spell.
Can't. We're live.
We're live.
Yeah.
Okay. I had another thing I wanted to talk about. Oh, this Russia shit's crazy.
What?
You don't know what's going on in Russia?
No.
Like Russia and Ukraine?
Oh, shit. Yeah. Okay. Bro, I don't be all up in the news like that. I got my own problems.
I was like, bro, like you're like under a rock.
No, I don't live under a rock. Like I feel severely bad for everything that's going on. Everybody affected.
I mean, I wasn't even taking it that far.
But I'm just saying.
I was saying
because I said I got my own shit to worry about. Like, so I'm not trying to say that my problems is bigger than like what's going on in their countries because it's not. I like completely sympathize with that.
You're
and
canceled.
Huh? You're canceled. No, bro. I'm just saying. Like, I can't be.
You don't like, bro. You're a warmonger.
I'm not.
You're a warmonger.
I'm not, bro. That's why I don't watch the news though. Because there's nothing but negativity on the news. Like, you know, maybe it'll get my attention if fucking asteroid a fucking what do you call it, a little missile come wheezing by the fucking hub and fucking blows up one of our parking lots. And it's like, oh shit, what's going on? Like, you know what I mean? Like that'll wake me up. But like honestly, like I am kind of out of sight, out of mind, bro. Like if it ain't like it sounds so bad to say it, but like that's just
all of my podcasts I've been talking about it lately. Like to where like I listen to a lot of business podcasts, and then it somewhat trickles over. Like the politics of it all trickles over because I think like majority of like Fortune 500 companies pulled out of Russia.
Yeah.
And so like they're talking about that. Then they're talking about like all the sanctions. Then they're talking about gas. Gas is like $9.
Yeah, some shit like
that. Like something crazy.
People keep saying gas prices is high.
I mean, I truly do think it is going to become. Yeah, I was talking to my dad this morning actually. I was like, yeah, what's gas?
Yeah.
And I was like, $6.15 is what it is at that fucking Arco down the street.
Yeah. Damn, Arco gas $6?
Arco.
That's kind of wild. That's kind of wild. Yeah, Arco gas. I guess I should have known. Maybe Costco's must be a little bit cheaper because I tried to go get some gas the other day. I just religiously go to Costco now. And so when I go to Costco, yesterday I was trying to go and the line was like fucking crazy. And so all I remember, I just, correlation. I'm like on social media, all I see is gas prices is high. I go to Costco and I see long ass lines. I'm like, Costco must have got that good price right now. Yeah, I don't know.
For 5 cents. It's for fucking 5 cents. That's the shit that drives me crazy.
Yeah.
You're gonna go wait in a line for 2 hours.
You're gonna go spend that money in gas to go drive to a cheaper gas station.
Yeah.
That's really what the correlation is. Oh, it's 5 cents cheaper over here. Well, fuck, like what is it costing you to go drive over there to go get it?
And bro, you lose 2 hours every day. Waiting in that, bro, those Costco lines are wild.
Bro, I'll run out of gas before I wait in that line. You should have seen me, bro. My truck was at 100 miles. And 100 miles, like in my wife's Durango, 100 miles is cool. Like, I'm like, oh, boy, that's like quarter tank. 100 miles in my truck, bro, I'm under a quarter. So like 100, like it's an alert that you need to go get some gas. And so I was like, okay, I need to get some gas. By the time I actually got to Costco, I was at like 80 miles. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, I wish the fuck I would. Because the next stop was home. So I was like, I wish the fuck I would wait in this line with some gas, bro. I drove my ass home. Was like, bro, I'll try again tomorrow. I went this morning while everybody was at work, bro. I was good. That's the benefit of like fucking just not working like that. I can just go when everybody else at work. I legitimately plan shit for when people are at work.
Right. I mean, in the middle of the day, bro, nobody's doing shit.
Like when you want to go to Costco, let's go at 9:30.
Right.
I'm trying to go with all the old folks.
9:30 on Tuesday.
Hey, Bill.
9:30 on a Tuesday.
On a Tuesday, bro.
And you get all of it.
Yeah.
Bro, anything during the week, like if you are going and doing something, it's so much better.
Oh, 100%. Like I have no problem going out with the kids, bro. We be out there all jolly. We got space. We be walking, got room and shit. You go at fucking 5 o'clock. Oh, excuse me. Niggas mad because they done came from work and shit. The boss was like being assholes to them. So everybody rude. You go in the morning, bro. You get all the retired folks, all the nice ones. Hey, Sally. Hey,
Right.
Bill.
That's their first. They come there every day
You know what I mean? Like,
just for the samples.
you know what I'm saying? I get invited to come to someone's house to pick oranges, bro. I might, hey, however many oranges you want, come get them.
Oh, bro, we have an orange tree.
Oh, do you?
I have an orange tree in my backyard. Fire.
Damn.
Fire.
No, bro, I got the hook up on the best oranges in Fresno.
Where?
I ain't been yet, but that's what he told me.
No, I'll give you some of my oranges.
I don't
Actually,
know.
no, I'm not.
He said
No,
he
I'm not.
sends his oranges to his daughter in like New York. She's like a pastry chef, or she's just a chef or something like that. She hosted one of Oprah's parties or something like that. Like, so I'm like, oh, she cooking for Oprah, you know? I mean, you must be pretty good at it. He's like, I sent 40 pounds of my oranges to New York.
I wonder what makes
every
like
year.
a good orange. What makes your orange tree better than someone else's?
He spends more time on them.
He pisses.
Just
on
like
it.
any business, bro.
He pisses.
It's
on
like
the
any
tree.
business, bro.
That's what he
He
does.
makes his own compost. He just
Right, makes his own compost, pees on it every morning.
hey, if that's what the fuck it is, he fertilizing the fuck out of them oranges,
the
bro.
fuck out of that orange. That's exactly
Everybody loves them.
That's exactly.
Bro, I can't stand this podcast.
Little
bro.
piece of Bill every
You know what
day.
I'm saying?
Little piece of Bill.
It's kind of
every
like when they say,
single
"Oh
day.
man, you put your foot in that gumbo." That's what it's like, dog.
Oh, Batman. What else have we been going through? Bro, we had to cancel another storage facility. That shit sucked.
Uh-huh.
I made a YouTube video about this, but I'm hot. So the wholesaler was in the mastermind group with us, and he sent us a deal. And I didn't read I read the contract. Yeah, $5,000 EMD. That's fine. And it was like it's non-refundable unless you're some paperwork comes back and like you have to say like do something else. I get there. We do our inspections. It's going to cost us $200,000 more than he quoted us for
what?
for rehab
Mm.
on the facility.
Mm.
And so we were like, no, we ain't doing this shit. I was like, do you want to renegotiate? He's like, no, that's not happening. Like, good luck selling to someone else, cunt face. Like, bro.
Damn.
But I mean, and then he kept the earnest money. I don't know if I see him, I'm gonna kick him in the throat. Because like he tried to pull over a bad deal on us. And he's like, when you closing? Like,
Oh,
bro,
he tried to rush out to the closing
Yeah, I was
table,
like, bro,
knowing that it wasn't a good deal.
knowing it wasn't a good deal.
Yeah, what an asshole.
I was like, bro, what do you mean? Like, we're getting fucking bids. Like, if we're raising $500,000-$600,000, you think
Yeah,
gonna
we're
fucking
not.
jump-
This isn't a.
This isn't a house, bro.
You know what's funny is I was just talking about a deal like this with one of my buddies, and I was like, bro, if you just didn't want it, like, just let me know, blah blah blah. A person said they don't feel like he was really like, interested, whatever that may be, and he's just like, bro, like, he's like, at the end of the day, he's like, it's not like they doing me a favor, like, bro, we're talking about like a $300,000 house, like, what do you want me to do? Jump for joy, like you know what I mean? And I was like, that's a hell of a perspective right there. It's like, we're not talking about like a multi-million-dollar deal or something. Like, we're talking about like a $300,000 house. Like, you're not doing me any favors.
Well, for me, bro, we got back to him as soon as possible because I know what it's like to be the wholesaler. I was like, bro, here's our bids. Here's what we got. Like, it ain't gonna work, bro. Like, do you want to do something? He was like, no. I'm like, low-key was disrespectful. But then I was like, how are you gonna sell this to anybody else? Then he
Wait,
had
the wholesaler was rushing you?
Yeah, the wholesaler.
I don't know why I
rushing
was
us.
thinking the seller.
No, the wholesaler was rushing us, trying to fucking pull over.
So they knew it was a bad deal.
He knew it was a bad deal.
And you went back and you talked to him.
Yeah, we're like, bro.
Where's he from?
He lives in fucking Colombia.
I can even pull up on his ass.
Right, we should pull up. We'll hop on
Colombia,
the
I
phone.
don't know, bro.
Nah, bro. My boy Scott lived down there.
Oh, okay.
My boy Scott lived down there.
I ain't trying to send you into no bum rut, like some shit to get shot up or something in Colombia.
Bro, that shit made me hot.
He said, "Don't buy this, bro. Hurry up and close on it. 500."
He was like, hurry up and close on it. And then, so the reason we found out is because my other boy was like, yeah, bro, like, I thought you saw something I didn't, but like, everything in this aspect needs to be replaced. I was like, yeah, but that changes everything. Like, so I lost 11 grand last week on that, and between travel and EMD.
You lost, or I mean,
it's gone. Like, it's not coming back.
You went on a good trip.
Yeah, I mean, if I was going to spend 11 grand to go to Mardi Gras, I'm gonna get a lot more fucked up. Like, if I'm gonna spend 11 grand to go to Mardi Gras, like, I'm getting a hotel down there. Like, I'm doing the whole thing.
True. You took the whole family down there?
No, we don't really take Zeno when we go to places like that because you never know.
You usually do it on the weeks or whatever that is.
Yeah,
that makes sense. Yeah.
Okay. And then I got a speaking event. Is that my first speaking event? My first like speaking event that's not my own in Utah.
Okay, in Utah.
at the end of
Watch
March.
your language.
Huh?
Watch your language while you're there.
Why?
You can't be cussing in Utah.
Yeah, you can.
That's probably why you live here. They only take you in doses over there in Utah.
Right. I mean,
The way you talk, bro, they
I'd be
can
too
have-
straightforward. I'd be cussing too
Yeah,
much.
bro. You can go to church or
I'd
something.
be talking about sex. And,
Blowjobs on fucking podcast.
Hey, bro, Maslow's hierarchy of needs.
You know what I'm saying?
Google
Shit.
it. What's important to you?
You know what I'm saying? What was I going to? Kind of, we was talking about. Let's talk about Henry Washington.
Oh yeah, how are we not talking about Henry?
You know what I'm saying?
So-
Let's talk about my man going on his appointments and stuff.
So, besides Pace, one of the most genuine humans I've ever met in my life.
Yeah,
Like when he says like he truly cares,
yeah,
motherfucker's heart is like his whole body is just a heart. Like
yeah.
that
That's what I'm
motherfucker's
talking
heart
about.
is massive.
That's what I'm talking about.
He's dope as fuck. But then you said like, oh, he goes on his appointment still.
He does.
And then what did I say? And when you came up, what happened?
huh?
When you came up and I was like, okay, yeah, he does. But then like, so what's going to happen? He was like, no, I need to get something.
No, he said you're right, which I never said you were wrong. But you're talking about like building like it's all based off what you want it, like what your end goal is. Like, what do you like? Do you want like this massive?
It's not massive. It's just time.
But like you want to
don't
spend your
need to have
time
an
doing it. You
acquisitions
don't
rep.
need to have one. But if it's what you love to do, is what I'm saying. Like I get maybe we can get more deals if I did it.
So you don't love your wife?
I do love my
You don't
wife.
love spending time with your wife?
I do.
Then why don't you spend more time with your wife? You don't love spending time with your
because
kids?
spending too much time with anything is too much, you know. And it's different people, bro. It's different. It's
With
it's
him,
the
he
hunt.
truly with him.
It's
He's
the
in a-
hunt. I
he's in a
love
spot where that's
talking.
what's up.
I love talking to different people. I love hearing people's stories. I love figuring out how I can best help someone come up with a solution to a problem. Like those are hobbies to me. So when you say like, oh, you don't like hanging out with your wife or your kids, that's just like you saying, oh, you go fishing? Oh, you play hoops? Oh, you go to the gym? Like, yes, motherfucker, I like to do it. Like me going on seller appointments is like me going to the gym, which clearly I don't fucking do. So going on appointments is my
Maybe you should go to the gym
first.
first.
Like that's my
Maybe
shit,
you
bro.
should go to the gym first and then go on them goddamn
You know
seller
what I'm
appointments,
saying?
son.
I got a gym. I just ain't set it up yet.
Bro, you got the Peloton. Bro, race me on that bitch.
Huh?
Race me on that
It's at my
goddamn
other
Peloton.
house.
You such
Well, that sounds so bad. It's I still gotta move. That's the shit that get me in trouble with my friends, bro. It's comments like that. Hey, bro, get on your Peloton. Oh, it's at my other house.
I was like, oh.
But like you say some shit like that, and it's just like, oh fuck, you don't really realize like, hey, what you mean is that what you mean is at your other house? I gotta get it moved over.
I guess like you do get out of touch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With that shit don't sound like that's not a normal thing to say.
I mean, it
I'm
is
not a
now.
normal
Ooh.
nigga though, but like I'm just saying.
We
That's not-
I mean, we could talk about what's normal. To
Yeah.
Where with Jake today, we were talking about a certain situation
okay.
to where one person dressed one way,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Oh, it's a flex," and we were just like, "Hey, honestly, it probably isn't
Mm-hmm.
because for some people it's just normal."
Yeah.
And then we use the Hormozy example of
Tell the people about that example, man. That was awesome. It's
Alex.
the truest thing. Yeah.
So Alex Hormozy spent 130.
If you don't follow him, go on his Instagram. I know there's a fake one out there because as soon as I followed his account, like his
You
fake
got-
would
yeah.
follow me back. But go
He's-
follow him, bro. Like his content is
his
it's
content, I
amazing.
think, is the best content on the internet.
Yeah.
As far as business goes. And he was on a podcast talking. He was like, "Hey, so I make minimum of $10 million a year," and I think he
I
makes
mean,
like,
a minimum.
like, and this is a minimum of
Like, don't sleep on me, nigga. I
10
make
million
at least make
net
10
to
million.
him,
Yeah.
and like at certain points he's making like 20 to 25. Like
Yeah. He's just saying my bottom number is 10 million.
my bottom number is 10 million, and that's
So come at me correct.
and he was like, so everybody's like, "Wow, you spent $130,000 to talk to Grant Cardone
For
like
3 hours.
for 3 hours. He only used up one of the calls." And so he's like, "Let me put this in perspective for you. What is the average like median household income?" And he's like, X. He was like, "Now put that to scale of my income. That $130,000 was equal to like $250 to $300 to him compared to that."
Yeah.
He was like, "Number one, it's not a flex. Like this, Would you spend $300 to talk to Grant Cardone? He's like, yeah.
Anybody would spend $300.
Anybody.
Yeah.
And then he goes and he's like, so all these things are so marginal to me because like I need to find a way to like get use out of my money.
Mm-hmm.
So if I can go, he only goes to 5-star restaurants. He's like, but bro, I don't have anything else to spend my money on.
But like, perfect that you say that, because it would look like a flex. Like, bro, why would you waste your money on that when you can go there? And it's almost like, bro, like when you get to a point where you really do have a money problem,
Yeah.
and you can't sit on it all because at some point you're taxed on it.
Well,
But
and
like,
you want to use it.
You want to use it, and like you work hard to get to that point. So like, it's not a flex saying that I want to go eat here. It's just, bro, like me eating at fucking this 5-star burger joint is the same as you going to In-N-Out, dog. Like,
Well, so and he used this example the other day. He was like, bro, me going to a 5-star restaurant every night is me spending $1 on dinner every night. Like, to put this to scale for you.
Mhm.
Would you spend $1 for a 5-star restaurant?
Yeah. It's cheap, huh?
It's cheap, huh? Right? But then like it puts things into perspective for you when you think someone's flexing on you or anything else. Like, no, they kind of just operate differently.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like they're not humble.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure they're humble, and yes, some dudes do who are filthy rich walk around with like dirty clothes and everything else, and the meek will inherit the earth and all this other shit.
Uh-huh.
But like to other people, it's like, no, like, I mean, this is my regular life. Like, this is where I shop.
Mhm.
Like, are you gonna tell Justin Timberlake he's flexing because he shows up in Gucci, or are you gonna be like, yeah, I mean, I figured.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
He just has a bigger brand.
yeah, he just has a bigger brand.
He has
of
a bigger
what
brand,
he's doing.
but Justin Timberlake and someone else could make the same amount of money, but you just don't know who this person is.
And you're like, oh,
But
that's
since you don't know who that person is, like, he's flexing, but Justin Timberlake isn't.
right. And so keep that in perspective I truly don't think most people are trying to flex unless they're under the age of like 22.
22.
Yeah, where we said like under the age of 22, like, yeah, bro, like, do your thing.
Yeah,
Go sell your shit.
Yeah. Go sell your shit.
Go sell your shit, bro. I know what you're trying to do.
Go sell your shit. I buy that shit too if I stayed at home.
And number 2, it's a marketing expense.
Yeah.
So like I remember I was watching fucking Rafael Vargas, the best dude on social, like the best dude, and he went and spent I think it was like $150K on that fat ass reel chain.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, bro, what do you think this is like just me like splurging? Like, this is marketing, dude. Like, come on, like, look at my audience.
Yeah, all people under 22.
All people under 22 who like chains,
looking to buy a chain,
right? Want to buy chains, everything else. Chris the Shark is like, bro, people like shit on me for going to a strip club and dropping $100,000. You know how many shares I got off of that? Off of just me unpacking wads of money in a strip club?
You know how much money it made me?
Right? Like, do you know how much money that actually made me? To where some people think it's a flex, but in all reality, like, bro, like, you're playing human psychology.
Yeah. I mean, fucking look at Kanye.
Right?
Now he might really been going through some shit, but
I think
but I feel like it's all marketing, bro. They don't. My man's a genius, and at the end of the day, bro, he was trending higher than the fucking Super Bowl on Super Bowl Sunday, while he was fucking sitting at the Super Bowl with his face covered. Like, nigga, like, how dope is that? Like, so you can sit there and talk all the shit you want to talk about Kanye, but my man was trending on Super Bowl Sunday.
At the Super Bowl.
At the Super Bowl. You didn't even know it was him.
I mean, some people are retarded.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong. But like Kanye, marketer. Elon, marketer. Grant Cardone, amazing marketer. Like, he's like, what do you think the helicopters and the jets and the rolls?
Well, it's a tax write-off.
It's a tax write-off, but like still, like,
yeah,
you use it as marketing material.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't flex in my Ford Fusion, but I mean, maybe I should make some marketing about that.
Maybe you go get you a Tesla now and stop bullshitting.
Bro, I mean, it's on the way.
Shit.
I haven't heard from him, but
everyone with Teslas right now is laughing at motherfuckers with gas. Yeah. Like, yeah, boy, I just charged last night.
Yeah, you ain't wrong. You ain't wrong.
All right, so where we at? We got any questions or anything like that? I seen that we was on Facebook. That's how I knew we was. That's how I knew.
Oh, but
live.
while we're waiting, our wholesale course should be dropping this week.
Oh shit!
Keep an eye out. We're gonna put together a special package for it. It's only gonna be available for this week only, for Stratton Day, National Stratton Day,
National Stratton Week.
Sorry.
Okay.
So we'll have a discount for National Stratton Week. After that, the price goes up again. And okay, marketing tip that I learned from one of my mentors is like, bro, use your birthday as marketing material. Like, because like people want a reason to buy.
Yeah.
Bro, use your fucking birthday.
My birthday's in April.
right? And so, okay, we may get a 6-hour window in April.
You know what I'm saying?
But and so DM taught me that. So DM like releases books on his birthday. Like he like does different things to like actually use the birthday for something.
Yeah.
To where that we didn't get
People
the
take
course
care of
out.
you.
Right? People take care of you.
Take care of you on your birthday.
So, yeah.
But maybe I could take care of the people on my birthday. Maybe give them like a discount or something.
Maybe. I don't know. Because so the only way Mike gets a discount is he has to talk to me and like
I really don't fuck with his birthday, so
right. I mean, so like he's got to talk to his partner.
Hey, we might raise the price on my birthday. You know what I mean? How much you value me? You know,
right?
Oh, you love me, bro? You love me? Hey, show me how much you love me, man. Buy a course on my birthday.
And okay, quick tip. The reason I said that, whenever I'm negotiating with somebody, I'm never the bad guy. Someone else is always the bad guy.
Yeah.
So I mean, Mike may want to keep the prices lower, but I'll be the bad guy. Mike wants it. I don't.
So I really don't care about the course. To be honest with you. No, man, but we worked on it for a while. We've had it locked up for a while. We did this course, you know,
damn near a
year ago, man. But we just been working and thinking about when would be the best time to be able to offer it to people, and especially those looking to get their foot into the door when it comes to wholesaling and seeing how we can best bring that type of value to people. So we're excited to be able to get that going. Like I said, it's been in our tool belt for a while. I think it'll be
affordable, and I mean, I think it'll answer most people's. It'll answer every question.
Yeah.
And then, so what I want to do is like we do like a private Facebook group with it, and then that way they can like ask like their serious questions in there.
Mm-hmm.
And because that'll make it so much easier.
And also let us know what, you know, different type of feedback. What is it you like to see more of? What is it? What other questions did it bring on to you? Just little things like that, ways to implement it and all that good stuff. So we'll go through it, take a double look at it, make sure that we're fond of it.
But keep your eyes out. I only want it open for a week.
Shit.
Only for a week. We'll keep it open for a week. Then we're gonna close it down, and then we'll open it up again.
Open it up maybe next year. Who knows, bro?
Who knows?
Who knows?
This is marketing, kids.
You only got a week to take advantage.
You only got a week to take advantage of it for National Stratton Day. Once National Stratton Week is over, it's over for you. You don't get access to the discounted course.
Jeez.
Then you got to pay a premium.
And that's if they weren't listening to the podcast.
Yeah.
If they're listening to the podcast, it might benefit them.
Oh, okay. Let's throw in a promo. I'll figure that out on Stripe. All right. What do we use? Use promo code FreeAgentREI when you go to buy it for an even bigger discount.
Jeez.
Value.
Hey,
value.
And that's at minute what? We've been on here for a while.
Right. So you have to listen to the whole bitch. So use promo code FREEREI.
Yes.
FREEREI.
So free REI.
For a special discount. And you only get it if you stay till the very end.
That's awesome.
That's rewarding people right there.
That's rewarding people.
That's rewarding
for listening to some bullshit sometimes.
That's rewarding
to get the
right
promo,
there.
baby.
To get the promo, baby. Y'all deserve it. Y'all deserve it. All right. And then please, if you're still here, if you're watching us on YouTube, subscribe, share, go give us a 5-star review on all the podcast apps.
Mm-hmm. We don't ask for much, man. Just share our shit, like our shit, and engage with our shit. That's all we ask you to do. We don't ask for much.
I don't ask for much. Reach out to us. And if you do I just say you shoot questions. If you're reaching out to me, this is how it makes my life easier. Don't ask, can I ask you a question? Shoot me your questions, and I'll respond to you with a voice memo accordingly.
Yes.
Because that makes it easier. Like, hey, can I ask you a question? Like, bro, just ask the question.
Just ask a question, baby. I'm here.
Like, there is no pick your brain, but like, I promise you, I will get back to you with a voice memo. And my number one thing is, like, if I don't get back to you, I get so many DMs, bro, to send me another DM, because it probably just fell, right? Because like it, if like it all falls down.
That's true.
And so like it'll look like my DM box is cleared, but then like I get DMs like, oh shit, I never responded to this. I'm so sorry, bro. Like sometimes it just falls.
Okay. Well, let's wrap this up, man. I got, all
right.
I got some moving to do.
Peace.
See you guys next week. Thank you for tuning in to the Free Agent Real Estate Investing Podcast. Don't forget to give us a 5-star review. If you would like to stay in touch with Stratton and myself, follow us on Instagram. And please be sure to subscribe to our Free Agent REI Podcast YouTube channel.
and give us a thumbs up.